Welcome back from that break. Let's look at what's happening in business. In business today, the Uganda National Bureau of Standards has urged local petroleum distributors to seek global recognition to ensure wider reach as well as safeguarding their operations. The UNBS Executive Director Ben Manyindo said local companies must implement quality, environmental and occupational health and safety management systems that are globally recognized. Paul Busharizi, our business analyst, joins us to shed more light on what this means.
I think what UNBS was talking about is the distribution channels of, let's say, our own local petrol station owners or something like how do you call it? The dealers.
Okay.
You see, because it has an effect on first of all, on issues of how much fuel. When you buy a liter, is it a liter? It has an effect on the purity or the credibility of the fuel. It might have impurities. It has an effect on the general safety of, for example, petrol stations. So if you use as the best standard, let's say people like Vivo, Shell, they for example, all their forecourts, what they call the forecourts, where you park to get your fuel, are all cemented. This is actually a way to prevent spillages because the tanks are underground and stuff like that.
Right. So they import the fuel and bring it.
Yeah.
Yes.
All the fuel that comes in is the same, by the way.
That's true.
Whether it's going to Shell or Total, or it's the same.
My thinking is that those products, I find, they're imported. And shouldn't they be already, globally recognized?
When people talk about standards, it is standards from what we used to call from first principles. What is it like? How do your workers put in the fuel? What is the state of their dress? What is the security around your thing?
Service.
Yes, it's all built up. It's not just the product. It is also the delivery up and down the chain. Yeah.
Wow.
So the challenges and why our people don't do it is many of those standards, to keep up to them, costs money.
I know.
So they don't want to do that, or they rather not. I think it's also important for them right now in that as we go into this oil industry, oil production, we're going to need, interestingly, a lot of fuel.
Yes.
So the people, these big companies that will be coming to deal with, will have their standards. I can't go and fuel in a place which has a forecourt which is maram or dust or is not lit, or the workers are just like this. So they could miss a lot of money because they just don't meet those standards. Those guys don't just go and fuel anywhere like the rest of us that, there's a station, go. No, they have their standards.
So local petroleum distributors, please take note that soon we'll have our oil coming out and we need this, global standards. Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
That was news in business. Now for Pearl of Africa story today, we look at the Rwenzori mountain with its roots on the border of Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. The Rwenzori mountain is often referred to as the mountains of the moon because its mountains were thought to be the source of the river Nile. Let's take a look.
Rwenzori Mountain is located in the southwestern part of Uganda on the east side of the Western African Rift Valley. It lies along Uganda's border with the Democratic Republic of Congo. It is situated in Bundubujo, Kabalore and Kasese districts. The combination of spectacular snow-capped peaks, glaciers, V-shaped valleys, fast-flowing rivers with magnificent waterfalls, clear blue lakes and unique flora contribute to the area's exceptional natural beauty. Activities in Rwenzori include birding, culture encounters, hiking, trekking, and nature walks. The region's glaciers, waterfalls, and lakes make it one of Africa's most beautiful alpine areas. The park has many natural habitats of endangered species such as the African forest elephant and the eastern chimpanzee. Rwenzori Mountain can be accessed through Fort Portal Town, then south to Uganda, and a southern route through Kasese that crosses the equator twice. Each of these takes the better part of a day to reach Uganda at the foot of the mountain.
Now, for more Pearl of Africa stories, visit our website www.newvision.co.ug/Pearl of Africa, or you can grab yourself a copy of the Sunday Vision that carries more of these adventure stories. We move on to our special report. Today we're looking at the Ruhombes who are reaping 400 million Uganda shillings from a farm. It is not common to find borans reared on various branches across the country, but for more than 30 years, Ruhombe Borana pedigree is ranked as the best boran breeder in the country. There are at least 200 well-maintained boran cattle and bulls reared here. Ruth Naseje has the story.
Borans are huge, growish, and bullish. If they do not know you very well, they may even attack. They carry the traits of their wild brother, the buffalo. But on one ranch in Kiruhura district, western Uganda, these bullish creatures are more than cash cows. They are part of the family. This ranch, Ruhombe Borana Pedugres, is owned by Jones Ruhombe Kamgisa. It is located in Buremba village, Kiruhura district, and it sits on 1 square mile of land. It all started off in 1987 between the couple, but today it is owned by every member of the Kamgisha family. One of the sons, a 33-year-old Collins Kayaga Ruhombe, a medical doctor, is an operations manager at the farm. Having grown up seeing his parents not only preserve their culture but use the same animals to provide school fees and teach them the importance, Kayaga has all the details of the farm on his fingertips.
There are about 200 animals on the beef side, and then we have about 85 on the dairy side. The total land we have is about a square mile. Yeah, we have a square mile of land. We get our water source from spring water. We have a spring water dam that is then pumped to a 50,000 liter tank on one of the hills on the farm, and then it flows to the rest of the farm by gravity. Okay. So all the cows have water ad libitum.
Ruhombe Borana Pedugres farm started with keeping the legendary Ankole cattle, and by 1991 they had 400 of them on the farm. Nearly 33 years later, the ranch is ranked as the best boran breeder in the country. There are at least 200 well-maintained boran cows and bulls, and some Cholois and Santa Gerudis kept at the ranch. In the last 15 years, over 1,000 borans have been bred and sold across the East African region. They have also increased the production of the dairy section.
The dairy section was started in August of 2015. Currently, we milk about 20 animals, and we have a production of about 250 to 270 liters a day.
The ranch practices synchronized cattle breeding. For example, most of the mothers are served with bulls from around January to March, which means they should be delivering around August or October.
Breed bulls for sale at 8 months. We have certain criteria for these bulls. So the bulls we breed and sell should be half their mother's weight at weaning, which is 8 months. Whether it's a shallow lay, whether it's the Santa Gertrudis, whether it is the Boran. That's the main target.
With the well-elaborated breeding system, it means that the ranch starts receiving calves from end of August through October. The calves are weaned at least 8 months later. At the time, each of them weighs at least 200 kilograms. To maintain the various daily activities on the farm, about 10 people are permanently employed here.
2 working who do other parts. There are also goats and sheep on the farm. 2 do the goats and sheep, 8 work with the cattle. 3 on the beef side, 5 on the dairy side. We have temporary labor coming in, mainly when we have activities. For example, if we are doing silaging, then you might find we have 30, 40 temporary laborers on the farm during that process. When we have certain activities like dehorning of the yearlings, then you will find that we bring in temporary staff.
The bulls are not just sold off from the ranch unless they are sure they have got all the positive traits required of a good bull. Therefore, each of the calves is taken through a thorough check to find out whether it meets the traits. For example, a good Boran bull must have at least 50% of its mother's weight after 8 months. This means that since the average weight of a mother is 450 kilograms, the calf should have at least 200 kilograms after 8 months. A good bull must have strong legs, a head of a bull thicker than that of a cow, a long shoulder, good reproductive organs with both testicles hanging down. And after they are sold, the income generated on the farm varies on the season.
The price fluctuates between 500 to 1,000 shillings depending on the season. Usually it would dip in the wet season, but I can say if it's in the dry season, we are looking 9-10 million every month. Yeah. If it is on the other side, you're looking at revenues of about, because each bull costs 7 million, so you're looking at revenues of about 350 million. That's before culls and others. So if you add in the culls and maybe some heifer sales, you might get to about 400 million a year.
Getting to a point of 400 million shillings a year has been through commitment and passion for the job. But how best can this be sustained?
That was New Vision TV News. My name is Lynn Komjisha. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time. I leave you with a fact file.